Live. We're live on YouTube.
Sitting, or are we?
And we're live on Instagram. I like to stand up to taste coffee. So, hi guys, welcome to our MoonGoat in the Mail membership tasting. We're doing a cupping today because our pour-over machine that we used to have is at Flagship, where you can get a delicious Cool Beans pour-over. And I'm joined today by Dave Longridge, other Dave at MoonGoat, who was one of the original members of the herd. The founder helped us get our start. So we're tasting the 4 coffees that are going to go in the membership assortment. We're tasting a coffee from El Salvador, a coffee from Ethiopia, a coffee from Colombia, and a coffee from Indonesia. So we're super excited about those 4. And we've got Nick Hahn, who is being our comment moderator live and helping make sure that we don't forget anything for the cupping for a few minutes. You know Nick from his performance in America's Best Cold Brew competition last month at Coffee Fest LA. He's shaking his head. The master of disaster. Nick, how was that? How was that?
It was a fun experience. I took a fat L, but it's fine.
You got one judge who really liked you.
one judge really liked me. The other ones, they thought it was okay.
The other ones had a vested interest in not liking you.
The other ones were confused.
They hadn't learned to love Nick yet.
They just didn't,
They don't get you. They don't get you. So this is always a fun thing to describe the 4 different coffees. Devin will pop in a second with some of the bags we have of these coffees, but just so you can see a little bit more on the details. And we'll crack the crust in a few minutes and taste through, give you an idea of what the tasting notes are going to be, even tell you where you might see these coffees long-term in the future for, because some of these, as you guys know, for the members, you get the sneak peek. You're seeing them before they have found their eventual home, or potentially, what we would use them for, or how we would brew them at home too. So besides just tasting notes, we're about 3 minutes in. We're almost ready to crack the crust, but smelling them, Dave, any of them smell really good? Which one's going to be your favorite? You can probably tell already by now. Just finished the roast day today, so it's a little quiet, thankfully. Now it's just the quiet sound of people packaging up these to go in the mail. So if you're not familiar with MoonGoat the Mail membership, because I saw one person say something about it, is that we do 1 to 4 bags of coffee, either sample size or full size bags, a variety of different tiers, but we change it up every month. So every 15th of the month, we have 4 new coffees that are sometimes new to us or returning to us, but definitely new coffees that we're going to taste, describe, and send out to you. So super fun to do it. And we've got some good coffees today.
I'm thinking
read them off that too. So yeah, we will be breaking the crust right now. Which one of them smelled the best to you, Dave, so far?
I probably would go to this Guji Ethiopia here.
Yeah.
I really like that coffee.
I mean, it's popular for a reason. We keep it in stock almost year round, something from Ethiopia Guji, just because it is such a popular coffee. This is a new arrival via our trading partner, Samuel Demise, with Kefa, but we love this coffee, and it's really well suited for being brewed cold. So as we taste it, that's where its final home is going to be, is those cold brew cans you may have seen in the shops. They're on tap at the shops, and even this one is a great single origin as well. It's not just destined for that. So skimmed the coffees, and we'll taste them in a row. We'll taste Salvador Cherry, which we made an exception this time. I think that one made it to the shops before the subscribers got it, but it is our number 1 coffee. Nick can correct me if I'm wrong. Do you know I think we may have sent some of it to the shop.
I think we
Sent a little bit to the shop so they could get a sneak peek alongside you guys, help you describe it. And it's a really cool coffee. We bought a decent amount of it for a very small lot of coffee. This is one that we'll have for a couple months, and it will be for pour overs and single origin coffees specifically. And we like this one because it's an all Bourbon lot, and it is naturally processed, thus the name Salvador Cherry. And tasting wise, this coffee is got a really classic profile up front, hot. It will be a little bit nutty, but as it cools is where it really improves. It has a really cherry-like flavor, which most people don't really realize. Coffee is a cherry, so you'll find that it has a super cherry-like flavor. As we will break up the grounds if we go any deeper. So this one's a super fun coffee, all red Bourbon, all natural. And in our newsletter, we've got some more details on the farm. It's a really cool farm bought not that long ago by a younger producer who's really doing the right work to make sure that they have awesome naturals, raised bed. In Salvador, that's a pretty rare occurrence. So we want to support them and hopefully continue to buy from them year over year. So super cool coffee. What do you think, Dave?
I think it's very tasty. The cherry flavor really stands out. It's amazing.
It is. So this is a coffee that kind of hits that edge of, I'm sure you've seen these in the store, the smaller bags, the 200-gram bags, just so that it keeps it a more affordable price point. So it's really just one of those things as to whether or not, we'd love to hear from you guys if you like it. The smaller bags or the bigger bags, smaller, cheaper, bigger, more expensive. There's no price difference per ounce in the 200-gram or 340-gram bags. It's just more or less. So, you can buy more of them or buy less of them. So love to hear your feedback on those, especially if you're buying coffee for the house, what you think about that sort of assortment. So let us know as that's a coffee that kind of hits that middle point. So the next coffee, moving right on, we've got that Ethiopia, the one that Dave liked the smell of. And it's no wonder this one's a popular pick all the time. Ethiopias are great, fruity. They've got a distinct flavor that other origins don't. This has got just that unique Ethiopia-like flavor, natural. I think it tastes grape-like fruitiness. When it goes cold, it gets peachy or stone fruity. And then it's got a really nice tactile, like almond butter to me.
It's just real medium, real mellow flavor, really well balanced.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Yeah, it's extremely well balanced. And this would be more affordable. We wouldn't normally do in the 200 grams, but these are great for me. I like to take this size home because this is a size that I'll actually drink all of it before I don't want to move on to the next coffee. So that's something that is super fun. So if you get one bag of coffee, you're getting the Salvador. If you get 2 bags, you're getting the Salvador and the Ethiopia. If you get the Roaster's Roulette, the sample pack, you get one of each. So then we'll move into the 3 bags, which is a much more classic coffee than the previous 2, but still an awesome coffee and a great chance to tell a story about the country that it's from. Colombia, Nariño. We've gotten coffees from Nariño. We'll get them again. This comes from a producer cooperative that is 123 smallholders, and Colombia and Nariño specifically is right between Ecuador and the Pacific Ocean. And it's a rare place where the coffee is grown lower and they have to bring it up to process it. And you can only really fly in by small planes. So really cool area of Colombia. And this coffee is definitely less fruited in the upfront flavors, as it's not a natural. It's a wash coffee, but it's got some nice brightness. It's got some nice, to me, it tastes like you've got some sweet leaf in there. I think on the tasting notes, we put something almost tastes stevia-like in that way. And that's kind of part and parcel to me of the tabby variety that's being grown across Colombia. A little bit more vegetal than the other ones. And you've got that snappy flavor of a washed coffee, but there is some underlying fruit. And as this cools, you'll get some nice, dark, deep fruits, blackberry, those sorts of fruits, But this is a classic one and a great coffee even to maybe potentially have if you have a home espresso machine. All of these are decent, but this one would be the one I would put on first. Which one's your favorite so far?
I think I go Gucci.
Gucci. It's hard to not go Gucci.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I just like the medium flavor of it all and the balance. But that's really good too. That Columbia was really.
It's a decent coffee.
Yeah, I want to try it on an espresso.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can almost tell it's got that power, that like intensity that espresso lends itself well to. So it's exciting to think about it for that. And then the fourth and final is definitely the most expensive coffee and will certainly be going in the 200-gram bag assortment for retail. We're going to call it Indo-Lacto, at least for right now. It's from Indonesia, and it's lacto fermented. So that's the name Indo-Lacto. This is probably my favorite coffee. It's definitely not the most balanced, but this has got such a unique flavor profile to it. It's fruity. It's got almost like a kombucha-like flavor to it where it's funky, but not overly where it's so boozy funky. It's kind of definitely not in the like liqueur or boozy character of fermentation. It's before that or after that. It either tastes more refined or less refined depending on your thought process. But, it's got like a candied kind of fruity flavor to it. And it's a little bit less balanced, but I think just as delicious, if not more.
I think that coffee may have just taken the first spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
If I had a cup of coffee right now from these four, that is the one I would go for.
There you go. And so if you want it, you have to get all four. But the cheapest option we have is our sample size set. It's $19 shipped, and you get a sample of each of the four. That link will be in our bio. We'll need to update it because it's our old website. That's the link in bio right now. So wait 5 minutes or Nick will go run tell Mel to update the link in bio for our MoonGoat subscription or membership in the mail is what we like to call it, because it really is our chance to let you guys be a part of our buying process and see some of the coffees before they hit the retail shelves or the web store. Some of them may bleed out a little early as we get them and are too excited to hold back. But this is a really fun assortment this month. Really cool coffees. The first two are awesome. All the coffees are awesome, but the fourth one is my favorite. And the first two are not bad at all. Certainly worth getting, but we buy the most of the number one and on down. So that's how we order it. So
it's pretty nice. They're from all different parts of the globe.
Yeah, seriously.
It's a good representation of different regions.
Yep. And it's super cool. We even on our newsletter, we did a little map to show for people who don't know, Indonesia is so much bigger than we think. It covers more than the entire United States. So this coffee from Indonesia, you think of it as a one flavor note sort of thing. Coffees from Indonesia can taste like all sorts of things. So, we're just really excited to share those simple things and a little bit of storytelling about all these different coffees. The newsletter goes out digitally with the MoonGoat in the Mail membership. We printed it the first few times, and then people said we just need it digitally. So you can even look at that and email roast@moongoat.com with any questions you might have about the membership. And we are just excited to be able to share these coffees with you. Any parting thoughts, parting shots?
No, just love it. Thanks for taking your time and listening to this. And these are exciting coffees.
Yeah, worth it.
I'm excited.
Me too. All right. Now the awkward part where you end the live streams.